Hey beloveds, happy Thursday. I am so grateful to tune in and turn on with you and share some insight and inspiration. Because of yesterday's tech glitches here on Instagram, I wasn't able to share my weekly preview. My weekly preview is Spiritual Soul Food. Every Wednesday, I do a live here to share with you what I'm going to share on a deeper level on Saturdays. So every Wednesday at noon, you can normally join me here. Excuse me. So thank you so much for tuning in and turning on. Today I wanted to have a special conversation because as it is a day of, freedom and release for so many people, a lot of people have the day off. It is a holiday again, but to me I see it as, independence for everyone. As global citizens, we must now all recognize that we are truly free. And if we allow ourselves to see that from not just this outside experience, thank you, and this idea of freedom and what that looks like on the outside, but in truly what that looks like on the inside, we can create and have the type of world that we want to have. And how I've come through that and to that, and what Spiritual Soul Food is all about, is me sharing my inspiration, my teaching, my understanding of A Course in Miracles. So many people ask me, what is Course in Miracles about? Is it about is it about a religion? Is it about this? It's got a lot of God and Jesus Christ. Is it a religion? Is it for black people? Is it for brown people? A Course in Miracles is a book. It is not a Bible. What it is a series of what I call intuitive intelligence ideas and lessons. And these ideas and lessons allow you to see things from a different perspective. Many of us have heard the terms, change your thinking, change your life. Well, then we start wanting to think positive thoughts. We want to start affirming, oh, I'm so prosperous, I'm so this, I'm so that. And then we wonder why it doesn't work. The reason it doesn't work is because we don't truly believe it. And why we don't believe it is because we live in the age of judgment. We live in the age of this idea of social media, and there's haves and have-nots. And if we continue to see ourselves as separate and as these isolated individuals, we will continue to see our society as this consumerism society instead of this compassionate and conscious society. That's what spiritual means. It means being with spirit. Many of us see it as, doings, having our crystals, doing the crosses and going through the motions. But being with spirit is actually about being quiet. It is about listening to our thoughts. It is about looking at our judgments. I want to share an example with you. Many people don't recognize when you see a kid about 5 years old, what we do is encourage that kid with all their might. Try this, try that, try this. Don't stop trying, right? We tell kids, keep going, don't ever give up, never stop, never quit. We tell them to go for your dreams. When they're 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, we keep telling them, go for it, go for it. You're the best, you're so fantastic. When does it change? What age does it change that you're so fantastic to you're a fuck up, you're so horrible? When does it change that we become these horrible people? And we have to recognize it changes in our minds because of what we see out there. And I'll tell you what, no amount of schooling, no amount of teachers, ministers, none of my yoga classes, none of my certifications, none of my degrees, nothing has helped me heal my mind like a lessons in Course in Miracles. I had to get over the words. I had to get over all the other things. I had to get over the Jesus Christ. I had to get over the things that were blocking me, just like I had to get over the things that are out here in the world. I had to get over drinking alcohol. And I'm looking forward to celebrating my 4th year next month of being alcohol free. And that's another reason. That's what freedom is. And had I not had a spiritual partner, a spiritual teacher with me, then I don't know if I'd be here. Now let's get into this. Is it about black people and white people, and what is A Course in Miracles? Well, first of all, again, it is about gatherings and groups and, but it's more than that. It's about talking about what it is, about healing our mind. It's about allowing us, excuse me, throat chakra clearing. It's about us, being who we want to be, saying who we want to say, all of those things. But more importantly, it's about recognizing that we do live in this age of judgment, and it is up to us to either be consumer of it or to be conscious of it and not of it. And that's, again, what I learned in A Course in Miracles. We ask ourselves, oh, I want this and I want that and I want this and I want these things, and we want these things on the outside. But more than anything else we want on the outside is we want peace of mind. We want love within ourselves. We want happiness and joy and all these things. None of those things can be bought in the store. And so if we allow ourselves to have those things, then those other things don't mean so much. We give our value to everything. We ask for things. We ask for relationships. We'll ask for a thing, a car, a house, a vacation, money, with so much passion and so much reverence. We'll light candles. We'll throw tarot cards. We'll spend money on it instead of saying, I am willing to receive this. I get out of my way to allow myself to have this. We would rather spend the money and have somebody else tell us how to do it than us go within ourselves. And that's what A Course in Miracles teaches us. It reminds us to look at who we are. And so that has nothing to do with our color. The reason I believe so many people of color are afraid of it is because, again, it is like a foreign object. Anything that's foreign, we don't understand. And I had the same relationship. I was like, every time I come into A Course in Miracles class or whatever, I always felt like I was the only one. But again, that was the idea that I thought. There is no more only one of us anywhere. There is no more, we are taking our space. We are claiming ourselves. And so if you want to heal your mind, heal your body, heal your spirit, I'm telling you what has supported me, A Course in Miracles. And this is what I talk about every Wednesday and every Saturday. So this Saturday, I'm going to talk about the imposter. And again, we know the imposter is rampant in our society because we live in the judgment age. We go through scroll. When we stop in something that either we are jealous of or something that piques our interest. So either our curiosity is piqued or our envy is piqued or our guilt is piqued. Something makes us stop. And so what it is that our guilt. And then we get hooked into a story. We see some media, some gossip, then we get hooked in that story. And then we get all this and all tumbled in and jumbled in about it. And then that creates guilt. And you know what? We create guilty experiences for ourselves all the time, And again, this comes all from our judgments about ourselves. And that imposter then comes in to try to cover it up. The imposter tries to please and perform and prove, to everybody to be liked. But when you love yourself, you don't need somebody else's validation. When you are connected to spirit, you know that what you're doing is true. You know that you are being guided and provided. You know that the work that you are doing is here for a divine purpose and divine alignment. You're not guessing. You're not trying. You're tuned in, you're turned on, you are listening to your spirit. And so I invite you to, again, if you're hearing something, if you're feeling what I'm putting down, join me on Saturday. You can connect, link in bio, sign up for Spiritual Soul Food, dive in deeper. This is a Zoom link, so you do have to sign up, and it is a love donation. Why? Because it is an energy exchange. I'm sharing love with you and asking you to share with me. And when you share with me, what you're doing is practicing prosperity, because to give is to know that you have received. That is one of the lessons of A Course in Miracles. And it's not about money. But when we allow ourselves to let go of that grasp that money has on us and allows ourselves to be prosperous in our mind, our body, and in our dollars, we then invite that energy into our lives. And so that's what I love. I'm asking you to stretch yourself and share $5, share $10, share whatever. But when you do that, watch yourself be doubly blessed, because when you allow yourself what you are asking for, if you're asking for prosperity, you must be willing to experience it. You must be willing to add to it. Do you understand? There is a circle, a flow. If you're not in the flow of the vibration of giving, then you're only trying to get. And so when you allow yourself to give, no matter what it is, when you give, you therefore shall receive. And so I'm just knowing that everybody here heard what they needed to hear, knowing that I'm just aligned with the divine, speaking the truth, speaking the lessons, speaking the words, knowing that I am truly guided. And so I want to share with you a little bit of today's lesson before I wrap up. And so I'm in lesson 185. I want the peace of Goddess. And so I changed the words. I want the peace of Goddess. To say these words and not mean it, I want the peace of Goddess. What that means is I don't care about anything else. I want the peace of Goddess flowing in, through, and as my life. I don't even need to know. I want to be like the great disciples and teachers and just be guided, because I know it is for my highest good, because I tried to guide my life and didn't do the best job, but I know that Spirit has my back. I know that I am divinely guided, and it's time for you to recognize that you are too. Remember, I say A Course in Miracles is intuitive intelligence. Why? Because it activates the truth within you. It is intuitive intelligence that you already know. That's why you see past lives and all these other things, because you recognize the truth within yourself. So I invite you just to take it in, receive this message, know that you have been here by for a divine reason and a season. And so I just send you so much love and light. I bless every man, woman, and child, every tree, every sea, every animal, and every insect, every spirit that takes its first breath and every spirit that takes its last. Blessed be. Ashe, Ashe. Until next time, beloveds, peace and blessings. Remember, every Wednesday, I'm going to pop on over to Brown Girls Who Brew Off. You want to join me over there for some insights and inspiration for this Cancer water season, as well as before we get into Mercury retrograde. Join me in 5 minutes. Peace and blessings.